for those of you guys that have been watching my content for quite some time now, you're probably at the point where you've signed a few clients and you're looking to transition to a high ticket offer. So this video today, we're going to be looking at everything that you can do to refine your offer by looking at outcome orientated offers, target audience, how you can start to target high valued clients, pricing, how we can switch our pricing model to more value-based pricing, and also look at pricing psychology. So how we can manipulate that prospect into believing our product is worth what we're charging. Then we're going to be looking at brand perception, so looking at things like leveraging social proof and authoritative content. And we're also going to be looking at shifting the existing sales process that I may have taught some of you guys into more of a strategy and not a discovery, and we will expand on that, but also a real results demonstration, okay? And then a mindset shift. So as you transition your offer into a high ticket offer, you need to be able to transition your mind so that you're targeting the right ideal customer profiles in the right way. Cool, let's get started then. So first of all, outcome orientated. This is really important. Now, when you first have an agency, you will have kind of a low ticket or a mid ticket offer. And actually, you start to get clients, you start to have some working capital behind you, you're starting to understand the sales process, you want to be able to have an outcome orientated offer. So what does that mean? First of all, it's quite simple. We want to be able to target businesses with an offer that promises them an outcome of some sort. So this is likely going to be return on investment. Now, guys, if you are new to the agency space, I recommend not watching this video. This is more for people that have got a few clients and really do understand a little bit of high-level business stuff, okay? So, offer, outcome, return on investment. This is really important. We need to be looking at the results over the offer, okay? Results are so important when we do outcome-orientated offer. So, if we're looking at your offer, let's say you've got an agency that is doing lead generation. Now, when I mean a results-based offer, I don't actually mean guaranteeing them X amount of clients, okay? What I mean is looking at guaranteeing results, meaning revenue, okay? So having some sort of revenue promise. Now, how can we do that? We need to be able to build an offer with significant value. So let's look at the offer that we could look at. So the offer could be, first of all, you're doing lead generation, but we now need to have a much more consultative approach because consultative selling leads to higher ticket deals. So we go from lead generation, we might want to look at building infrastructure. Now, one of the reasons why I think building infrastructure is so important for agency owners is because when you're targeting, let's say, for example, local businesses or corporate businesses, the reason why they signed you as an agency initially is because they want to be able to have a solution done for them. However, after a while, they will realize that actually they don't want to use an agency anymore. What they want is someone to build that infrastructure in place for them. Now, what better way than the agency that they've already used? So building infrastructure is really, really important. And what do I mean by infrastructure? Let's break it down. So this is everything from looking at their inbound funnel, their outbound funnel, their sales process, their recruitment process, strategy, and that is going to allow you to be able to have a higher ticket offer. So instead of just offering leads, because this is what you're kind of doing currently, what we're going to be able to do is build more infrastructure. So for example, with an inbound funnel, we might build them a landing page, a VSL. We might have nurturing sequences. And we're essentially controlling the way the lead comes through the inbound funnel. Now, like I said, this is more of a higher level video. So this is for people that already know what an inbound funnel is. Outbound funnel, again, we might look at implementing a multi-channel sequence. We might even be looking at their presence online because this contributes to inbound and outbound. Sales process. Let's say they're a local business. They might just knock on the door and try and offer that customer a specific quote. How can we refine their sales process for them? And perhaps even look at placing someone in their business. Now, I run a recruitment company, so I'm very familiar in terms of recruitment, and it is a very lucrative and high ticket industry that you can be in. And you can actually incorporate this as part of your lead generation offer. This is what's so great about building infrastructure. And then strategy, right? So this is more direction of the business, okay? So direction of growth. Looking at what can we do to take them to the next level. So things like goal setting with them, managing their team, looking at their processes, and depending on how well you have the relationship with that new prospect or existing prospect, even it might even be an existing client that you're working with and you want to use this as an upsell, is even their finances, right? How can we looking at reducing their spend? Let them open up to you, because you having that consultative approach is going to allow them to feel more confident in believing in you. So that's the first stage. We need to have an outcome orientated offer. So this is looking at, so just to summarize, we're looking at offering them a return on investment. So looking at guaranteeing a revenue-based result, okay? But we also are building out an infrastructure for that business, because this is going to allow you to be able to not just offer the leads going into their business, but more of a done-for-you solution. And then eventually they won't need to use you, okay? Now you might be thinking, yeah, but Dan, that's not great if, I might get one ticket deal, but if this client's paying me 2K a month. However, if you think about how much you can charge for this, this could be a retainer that lasts for 6 months, and this could be 8K retainer, 10K retainer, and after that, you could offer them the next package to help them scale even further. So definitely look at incorporating this into your existing offer, because this is going to allow you to be able to really understand how you can get further into this business scape and get into the better results. So I'm now going to be looking at target audience. So how do we identify what high value clients even are? So when we look at high value clients, we need to look and break down a target avatar properly. Okay, now if you've watched my last video, you'll know what a target avatar is. However, we need to do it slightly different here. We need to be focusing specifically on their revenue and their company size, okay? Now this is because if you try and offer an infrastructure build out to a company that is a one-man band that's doing, let's say, 10K a month, and you want to charge 10K a month, well, you have no opportunity to be able to pitch that to someone unless they are the ballsiest motherfucker on this planet. So we need to actually look at, okay, how do we find a company that is maybe, let's say, a 15 employee size organization, okay, that already have an agency perhaps even working for them, okay, alongside doing their lead generation. But how can we help them bring that in-house? How can we help them get to the next level in terms of results? How can we push them to be much more effective in the market? So again, looking at high value clients, we've got a target avatar, we're looking at revenue, we're looking at company size, okay? We're looking at 15 employee size organizations or more, okay? One of the best things that I've been able to do throughout my career is target the 7, 8, and 9-figure brands or businesses. Because this means that when it comes to selling my solution as an agency, I know that I'm not going to have pricing objections if I have value-based pricing, okay? So we want to be able to aim for these bigger businesses. Now, this is going to help you improve on the way that you do business anyway. You're going to be talking with CEOs of companies, perhaps even 9 figures. One of my clients previously was a 9-figure company, put me on a $7,000 a month retainer, and that was off the bat of one call, 15-minute discussion. That was it. He saw the value, he saw my offer, and he realized that we were the agency for him, and we built the infrastructure out for him, and he was very pleased with the job. And again, we had no questions about money. He paid a Stripe link on the call after 15 minutes, which is not my normal process, by the way. So definitely something to incorporate for you guys. Start targeting the bigger fish. You're not going to have the issue of pricing. Now, we also want to be able to add additional qualification, because the last thing you want to do is waste your time when you start transitioning your offer. What we need to be doing is realize that our time is really valuable. So if we are investing time into jumping onto discoveries, okay, so if we jump on, let's say, 5 discoveries a day, and 4 out of 5 of those discoveries are a waste of time because they don't want what we want, then we are essentially wasting so much time in the process. So you're better off actually looking at a lower volume of calls when you get to this point in your business. Now, I'm talking for agencies that are doing kind of 5, 10, 15K a month. You're starting to find your feet, you understand, but you're looking to try and get to that next level. So what you really need to do is prioritize your time. It's extremely valuable. And how can we add an additional qualification step into our process? Identify the bottlenecks of our business and look at taking the steps to be able to include a better offer into that. So make sure that your qualification step isn't just a question on a phone, right? Like, we don't want to just ask, like, do you have the money to be able to work with them? This is why we target avatars that are 7, 8, and 9 figures, okay? But we're also factoring in other qualification steps, perhaps even nurturing sequences for our own agency, like what we do for our clients, to be able to get better quality businesses over the line. So that should just give you a bit of an indication in terms of how to transition to higher value clients. We're now going to move on to pricing. So as we've focused on increasing our offer so it is more results based, and we've understood how we can target higher valued clients, we need to look at reflecting our pricing. So this is about having a value-based pricing model. What do I mean by that? We need to look at the value that we offer as an agency. Now, if you're doing an infrastructure build out, that means there is so much to your offer. We're looking at everything that we discussed, like inbound, outbound, sales funnel, strategy, recruitment. So we need to be able to price our value. Now, a lot of people, when they first start their agencies, price based on the time, okay? Now, that is wrong when it comes to transitioning to a high ticket offer. We actually need to be pricing based on our value. And we can look at this by understanding the market, and this is where we look at if we've got good product market fit. Now, like I said, this video is more aimed at you agency owners that are doing between 5, 10, and 15K a month and looking to transition. Now, if you know you've got good product market fit when it comes to your lead generation service, then we already know that there's a market to help these local businesses or corporate businesses get more leads into their business. How do we do extensive market research to see if there is a gap and a good fit for our whole infrastructure build out? So what we want to be able to do is understand the market, and we do that by conducting market research, re-leveraging our unique selling point, because it's going to change. It's no longer going to be just you. If you start in an agency and you've been watching my videos, it will have always been you. However, as you grow in business, you are not going to be the sole unique selling point of your business. So we need to re-leverage our unique selling point, and we need to be able to price not based on time. Because likely you're going to have a team at this point, or you're looking to kind of outsource some of the work anyway. So If you're thinking of pricing your high ticket service at 3K, I want you to take the challenge and double this. Because a lot of agency owners, when they first start transitioning to a high ticket offer, they come in way too low, which actually puts the value down. And this is where pricing psychology comes into play. We need to be able to price that aligns with our value and our service. So take the offer that you were thinking, let's say 3K, we times it by 2, we've got 6K here. This is what we're going to go to market with. Now, on every sales call that you have a successful conversation with, I want you to be able to increase this price slowly. This doesn't mean go from 6 to 16K once you've closed one deal. Increase it and then start identifying where it's going wrong once you increase the price. Now remember, once we increase the price of our service, we need to be able to continuously increase the price of our value. Otherwise, you are just going to be way too expensive. So again, we need to find the bottlenecks as we're increasing the price, but we must not be afraid to increase that price gradually as we go on with our agency and increase the value. So if we look at value down here and we look at price here, we need to be able to make sure that that graph is correlating continuously so we can maximize the results of us transitioning to a high ticket offer. Remember, this is called a high ticket offer for a reason. Please do not come in with a low ticket price for a high ticket offer, because you will not deliver the results. You will not have the working capital to be able to invest into your own agency to be able to help them grow, and also you will struggle to close clients. So I hope that helps when it comes to pricing. We're now going to be looking at brand perception. Now it's at this point in your agency journey where brand perception plays a massive part, because you're starting to find your feet. And when a business is going to hand over such a significant amount of money, you need to be able to have social proof. And you need to be able to leverage it in the right way. And what do I mean by that? This doesn't just mean now we are going to have a testimonial from Barry down the road. We actually need to be able to get into some bigger companies or some players in the industry that are recognizable. And that means we can start to leverage these case studies to help us with the sales process. So for example, I've previously worked with Amazon. Now that allowed me to get into a lot of businesses because I was selling my case study at Amazon. So that allowed me to be able to enter some great 8 and 9 figure businesses by just leveraging this social proof. So a lot of you guys already have existing clients for your agencies, which is great, but you're not leveraging the social proof. This is where we really need to look at building this social proof. Now, when it comes to social proof, I know I've said that so many times, we need to be able to build authoritative content around that social proof. So, authoritative content is now looking at transitioning these testimonials into the right platform, for example, LinkedIn. But how can we do this differently? Perhaps once we've got some great results for our clients, they will be more than happy to do an interview with you. So you could do an interview with your client and post it all over LinkedIn. Now we can also run ads based on that client, that social proof, okay? There is a real thing here, okay? You need to be able to leverage your case studies to be able to start charging more, because this is going to help you when it comes to value-based pricing and high-value clients. If we can do competitor drops, it is what we call a psychological sales tactic. Now we can do this in a great way. So for example, let's say you work in tech, and let's say the top 3 tech companies right now are Amazon, Google, and Microsoft. If let's say you're working with Google, you can then approach Amazon and Microsoft and explain that you're working with Google, leverage that social proof, leverage those testimonials, and use that as a hook, because we're using a competitor as a psychological sales tactic to be able to close that deal over the line. So just to kind of summarize here, brand perception as you're transitioning your high ticket offer is so important. So if you do have social proofs, we need to be able to leverage these testimonials in the right way. Look at getting them on LinkedIn, look at running ads, look at doing interviews, and try not to just have on your presentation 3 lines. We need to be able to make it storytelling, okay? Let's take that new prospect on a journey like we've taken our existing customer already. I'm now going to be looking at talking to you guys about shifting the existing sales process. Now, for those of you guys inside Client Capital or have been watching my content over the last few months, you will know that I'm a massive advocate for discoveries. However, when you shift to a high ticket offer, we actually want to be looking at strategy sessions instead of discoveries. Now, let me explain what this is. First of all, we know a discovery, well, you should know this at this point if you're watching this video, is to identify the pain points and make it all about them. It allows the business owner to be able to talk about themselves. We can then build that rapport, understand their strategy, goals, vision, etc. With strategy sessions, what we can do is convert our approach to more value-based selling. So we're actually offering them a strategy before even proposing to them. Now, this could be something like, if you're doing an infrastructure build out, this could be creating a high level proposal. FYI, this is not a demo. A high level proposal is where you actually get to understand the business before we do the high level proposal. So not a standardized demo presentation, guys. This is looking at everything from their current revenue their growth, their team, their marketing, sometimes even project management. And incorporating this into a high-level proposal so that we can propose to that business a different way. So it's more of a strategy. We're actually proposing a strategy to that business. We're not having a discovery. We're actually going to be able to show them why we are the right agency for them and why they should take the choice in terms of transitioning from a basic social media marketing agency to more of a consultative sales agency that's going to help them build out all of these systems into their business. So we need to be looking at the strategy. Now, also, when it comes to shifting the sales process, we need to make it so much more of a results demonstration. Because we have to paint a clearer picture for anyone that is going to be paying us a lot more money. Now, how do we do this? One, obviously, we're going to leverage our results. However, we need to be able to leverage our experience, our knowledge in the market, the business, and when I mean the business, I mean their exact business, understanding their processes, understanding their flaws, what they're looking for. The team, you want to have a clear picture of their team before you even jump on. Remember, guys, we've got LinkedIn, we've got Crunchbase, we've got all of these tools that we can use. If it's a local business, go in and see them. It could be an existing client. Make sure you know your client. This is going to help you when it comes to upselling. Okay, so we need to paint a clearer picture. Then we need to be able to show them our results. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean just social proof. This can be actually sharing our screen, showing them, for example, if you're doing an inbound funnel for them, showing them your ad campaign, okay? Show them your ads manager, show them the results that you've got. If it's the outbound, show them the multi-channel sequence. Use things like Gamma. Explain to them how you've already identified their ICP. If it's their website design and SEO, make sure that you're showing them data. We need to be so much more consultative when it comes to high ticket selling. This isn't about just doing a demo presentation and saying, we offer lead generation services. This is about how can we take their business from point A to point B, and how can we save them from hiring a whole fucking marketing department instead, so that they can hire us. We can do it for them for the next 3 months, and then they'll never have to use an agency again. You have an offer like that, people are going to bite your hand off for it. Then the last thing I'm going to talk about is a mindset shift. Now we're going to look at probably the most important thing about this video. When you're transitioning to a high ticket offer, we need to transition our mindset. Now, we need to make sure that we have a growth mindset. And we need to make sure that we are leveling up as an entrepreneur. Now, I'm going to explain both of these things. First of all, if you don't have a growth mindset and you have a fixed mindset, unfortunately, what you're going to be able to do is continuously pitch the same product, the same service that has been generating you 2 to 5K every single month. We need to be thinking so much more. We need to be growing continuously. We need to be understanding how we can take ourselves, not just our offer, to the next level. So if we look at our offer, and as we're expanding our offer and we're expanding the people that we're talking to, we need to be able to take our mindset higher so that we're growing as an individual. Now, this also ties in very nicely with leveling up as an entrepreneur. Now, when you do start to level up as an entrepreneur, you will find yourself investing in things like masterminds, networks, courses, mentorships. And this, believe it or not, is a massive contributor as to why I'm so successful today. I really recommend investing in continuous professional development, because this is going to allow you to be able to expand your skill set. Part of all of this and transitioning to a high ticket offer, we need to be able to be on the same level as our prospects. Now, we're going to be starting to talk with 8 and 9 figure businesses, or even 7 figure businesses. So if we don't have the same multi-channel language that we're speaking with them, then we're going to fail. So we need to be able to level up. We need to be able to look at how you can invest in the right masterminds, how you can invest in the right networks, be surrounded by individuals that are driven, okay? Looking at taking your kind of boys club business to a more reputable business. And the way that we do that is we get in the right rooms, okay? We get in front of the right people. Get in the right rooms. Now, for those of you guys that know me already, know that I do have mentorships, I do have courses, I do have networks, and I also host masterminds. Now, if you are watching this video and you're looking to transition your offer to a high ticket offer, make sure that you do DM me on Instagram, which is DTBusy, or click the link below and it will take you to our landing page where you can book a call with me directly or one of my team, and we can look at perhaps the mentorship option for you guys. So that should just give you a quick summary as to how you can transition to a high ticket offer and make sure that you start to level up your business aura so that you can start to perform in front of these high level entrepreneurs. If you did like the content, make sure you do subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.